Hello and welcome to Season 4, Episode 8 of our career mode, where we try and get from obscurity to Champions League glory. My name's Ashley, and today on the episode we are away at Hartlepool and at home to Crawley in the Vanarama National League. We're still with Torquay. We've got a few updates on this episode, and we've got two very exciting games. We've also got some news. Form since you were last with us has been rather good, with the exception of the last game. You were with us for the Solihull Moors and Boreham Wood game. We then beat Chelmsford 2-0, nice and comfortable goals from Morton and McFarlane. Kidderminster, we won both legs. The first leg we were 1-0 up, pegged back in a late goal to make us 2-1. We almost had a chance to go 3-1 up. Goals from Bughill Mellor and Callum Morton. We then, in between them, smashed Accrington 5-0. Morton with a hat-trick, Bughill Mellor and an own goal contributing in that. We then went away to Kidderminster in a game they dominated, but we defended stoutly and got important goals. Andrews got a late one. We then brought Alex Reid on, and he continues to be a star from the bench. Tranmere then away from home. We were the better side in this. We were dominant up until the red card for Saki for his second yellow. They scored from the free kick and went on to win the game. So the red card really spoilt it for us, which is a real shame. Which means we are in the final of the FA Trophy. We've got Crawley on the last game of the season, which means our final episode will be Orient and Crawley to see if we can A, get promoted, and B, win the FA Trophy. There could be some playoffs, though. Let's have a look at the table at the start of the episode. We're in third place, 5 points still behind first place, and we're 12 points ahead of the playoffs. We're either going to be in the playoffs, hopefully, or we're going into first. In other news, we have been given permission to study for a Continental C licence, which should improve us overall, but might mean our form for the next 4 months, which basically is till the end of the season, might take a little bit of a dip, which is a shame, but I could only do it because the club was briefly, for the smallest period of time, above the in the positive, so I really had to apply for it then, and I thought overall in the long term for this save it was the right thing to do. The team for today is Durrell in goal, a back four of Eid, Simpson, Ogbeta and Stabana makes his first appearance of the season. Finney, Young and Andrews in midfield, Morton, Bughill Mellor and McFarlane up front. We're still on control, we're still structured. We're quickly going to put Whelan on the bench. We're just tying Bughill Mellor down to another year contract. He has been exceptional for us this year as our top scorer from right wing with 21 goals to his name. We've got him for another. We're doing another 1 year contract. So we want to know what division we're going to be in before we tie him down to a longer one. McFarlane kicks us off then for today's game against Hartlepool. Hartlepool in 11th place. I also won Manager of the Month, which is a sure guaranteed way to lose the next game. Young with this free kick hits it wide. Neville heads clear for Hartlepool. Eid to Finney. Finney over the top to Morton. Morton can whip this in. McFarlane's there. Bughill Mellor squares it back in, and we should have been 1-0 up. That must have go down as a clear-cut chance. No. Great save from Durrell at the end, and it's amazing. We could have been 1-0 up, we could have been 1-0 down. What an exciting few minutes here in Hartlepool. And we are 1-0 down. Somehow, that's bizarre. What a strange occurrence. Football everywhere. We should have been 1-0 up. We should have scored. McFarlane should have scored. And somehow we managed to go down the other end and let the goal in. Rodney with a good header. You can't expect Durrell to, but he was all alone. Nobody marking him, which is the bigger worry there, you feel. "35 minutes in. We've been very good at coming from behind in the last few months, but I think studying for this Continental C licence is going to have an effect on our form, on our performances, and it normally does. And I would hate if we've thrown away possibly a title, possibly a promotion, possibly a league win on the idea that we can get it. I mean, it's the right thing to do. It is. It's the right thing to do because long term, this has to be a sane, sensible decision. But in the short term, it's probably not. We're getting totally outplayed today. There's not a lot we can do about it. Whelan's going to come on. Rowthorne's going to come on. Right, we've got a highlight. Oh, we did have a highlight. Hobson. Coming forward for them. We need someone to step in and win a tackle. There's space on this left-hand side for Hartlepool, and Staban has been caught out of position, and Rodney gets another head in. Durrell with a good save. That's not totally clear. Rowthorne hoofs it upfield. There's a minute left. Is this a highlight or is this just the final whistle highlight? Finney picks the ball up, gives it to Whelan. Whelan's got Rowthorne, who's got Whelan, who looks over the top trying to find Bughill-Mellor, or trying to find somebody. Better picks the ball up, gives it back to Durrell, who hoofs it upfield. Whelan loses the header and Hartlepool coming forward again. This could be 2 losses in a row. Great tackle. Finney. Morton. We've got 15 seconds. Whelan should use McFarlane. Doesn't. Whelan coming forward with it. He's got to get this ball forward. Eade back to Whelan. It's all over. It's a disappointing 1-0 win. It's the first game we've failed to score in a very, very long time. Performances have really not been... I think this coaching thing is going to make a massive difference. We'll see you in a second, ready for the Crawley game. And we're back, ready for the home game against Crawley. A few changes to the team for today. We have got a back four of Eade, Simpson, Better and Madden. So Sabana drops out and we rearranged the defence a little bit. Finney, Young, Andrews, Morton, Bughill-Mellor and McFarlane. Same as usual there. We're also going to make sure that Alex Reid is on the bench for Healy. We don't want Healy, right? Let's get into the game. So, although this could be the final episode, it all depends on how form goes. I mean, if we suddenly go on a winning streak, then I'll show you the last 2 games of the season, I think, if we've got a chance of winning the league. If we haven't got a chance of winning the league at that point, then I think I'll just show the last game, or I might just go straight into the playoffs. If playoffs are guaranteed, next episode might just be the 2 playoffs. It looks like the playoffs are before the FA Trophy final, so I think we'll just if we can't win the league, we'll just go straight into a playoff situation. Morton coming forward, McFarlane. It's fallen to McMorton. Can he put this away? Yes, he can. 1-0. Yeah, we'll just do the playoffs, and then we could do either 1 episode of the playoff final, 1 episode of the FA Cup, or if you prefer, we would do 1 episode with them both in. Completely up to you. We're starting to get a much bigger foothold in this game. Keeping possession really does just give you so many more chances in this setup. I do like it. McFarlane to Finney to Simpson. We've just started the second half, and despite all the chances Crawley had when it was 0-0, once we've gone 1-0 up, we have been the better side. Finney, Simpson to Young. Great ball over to Bughill-Mellor. He uses McFarlane. He's got Morton on the left-hand side. Someone's got to be arriving back post. It's a shot from Morton. It's a goal kick. It was only his real option. There was nobody in the box for him to pull the ball back to. That's normally where Bughill-Mellor would be at the back post. But seeing as he played the ball in, you've got to feel, or was involved in the build-up of the game, you've got to feel that he had a chance, that somebody else should have been filling in his role and getting in. But we are structured, we're not fluid. So, pros and cons of being structured and fluid and the differences between them. Morton picks that up. He gives it to McFarlane. Over to Buckhill Mellor, who looks like he's going to go himself. Does, shoots, over. 77 minutes in, Whelan's coming on for Rowthorne will play alongside him, and we're going to bring Reed on as well. 3 subs at once, never a good idea. Morton delivers. It's 10 seconds to go. Are we going to get back to winning ways on the second of today's games? It is all over. 1-0 win. Bit more like it from the lads. And that leaves us in a good position in the table, still in 3rd place, although Accrington can technically jump above us. 5 points behind Leyton Orient with just 4 games to play. I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave it open-ended. We'll have a quick look at the schedule. The schedule is this. I think what I'll do is I'll play the next 2 games. And if we're in a position where there might be a win on the cards, I'll show you the Gateshead and the Leyton Orient games, because we might have a chance of winning the league. If we don't have a chance of winning the league, or it's looking very unlikely, if we're still 5 points away with only 2 games to go, I think what I'll do then is just play those offline, and we'll go straight into the playoffs. And you'll come back, and the next episode will be the playoff semi-finals, first and second leg, and then you can let me know, do you want an FA Cup, do you want a 1-episode basis or a 2-episode basis for the Leyton Orient, for the playoff final if we get there, and the FA Trophy final against Crawley. If you've liked that episode, press the like button for me, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.